And we welcome you to a beautiful day here in Ewing, New Jersey. A good afternoon to everyone watching here for the South Jersey Kings and the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners going at it in Game 1 of their doubleheader here. Scranton is going to start off at the plate. It's Evan Melberger, who's going to be playing center field. Melberger headed into his junior year at Wilkes University. Has still yet to crack a 200 average in his collegiate career. Batted 107 last year on 28 at-bats and a 190 the year before that on 63 at-bats. And a quick 3-0 count to start things off here. Tristan Stevenson is up on the mound for South Jersey and make that the 4th ball for him. And Melberger will take his base relatively easily. A few of those pitches weren't even near the strike zone. And now Jack Mathis makes his way up to the plate. Soon to be sophomore at East Stroudsburg. Just 5 at-bats in his freshman year, but a 400 average for him. And he takes that first pitch for a called strike. That one's going to be a ball. Both teams are an even 2-2 on the year. Of course, one team is looking to get a very nice 4-2 record after this doubleheader is all said and done. And that'll be a 2-1 count after a couple balls from Tristan Stevenson. Stevenson this year for the Kings, make that a 2-2 count. This year for the Kings, just one game he played in, 3 innings pitched, had a very, very impressive outing. Only allowed 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, and no earned runs. Had 4 walks in that one as well. But a good start to the year in that first game, and he strikes out this batter. So a man on first, 1 out on the board. And on comes the third baseman, Luke Spencer. And a major overthrow there from Stevenson. So Melberger will easily take second base. That's going to be an error on Stevenson. That one is swung on by Spencer out to right field, ground ball. Melberger's going to come all the way around, and he will get there. Stevenson had the ball in his hands ahead of the mound with a couple seconds left before Melberger made his way onto home plate, but didn't think it was worth it to make that throw over. So the Miners take a very, very early 1-0 lead over South Jersey here in this game. Not a cleanup hitter up at the plate. Jake Millen, the right fielder. Millen is from Pocono, as the steal attempt there is good from Spencer. But as I was saying, Millen is from the Poconos, but is currently playing college ball all the way down at Florida Atlantic University. Heading into his senior year with them. Batted a .255 last year on 98 at-bats. Saw 21 RBIs. He faces a 2-1 count here. He's going to foul that one off for an even 2-2. He's got Spencer on second with 1 out on the board. That one's going to make it a ball. Full count here, runner on second, 1 out. That one's going to be in there for a strikeout. Millen fully assumed that it was going to be a walk. Quietly called that strikeout there, so a little confusion. So now 2 outs on the board. And J.P. Kuzik, the catcher, is up at the plate for the Miners. Millen is getting a talking to from the home plate ump right there. Said he was talking to the pitcher the entire time through, and then once that strikeout was called on him, he immediately started chirping blue. This one swung on by Kuzik's going to go right over to Brown, who will make the play over to first. Davis makes the catch for the 3rd out, but not before the Miners can get an early run on the board. Scranton leads 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 1st.
The Miners 1, the Kings coming to bat. Leading off for the Kings, shortstop, number 24, Marco Menino. He's not hitting nearly as well as he was last year.
Welcome you back to the bottom of the 1st. Marco Menino going to start things off quickly here with a hard ground ball right over to Spencer at 3rd, and that'll be the 1st out of the inning.
Number 13, second baseman, Nathan Lapp.
That one swung on by Lapp out over into right field. It's going to be a foul ball, making it a 1-2 count.
And there's like trenches with posts in them for leveling the dirt.
Nathan Lapp, a three-sport athlete in high school.
Somehow we pulled it off.
He's a varsity baseball, basketball, and golf athlete for Doc Mennonite High School. That was going to be in there for a ball, so a 2-2 count here with 1 out, no runners on for the Kings. That one low, full count here for Lapp. He helped his Doc Mennonite team to 2 district championships and a state semifinal appearance. And he's going to help himself there to first base. That's going to be the first walk of the day, first man on for Wozniak.
Number 30, first baseman.
He's going to bring on the first baseman, Vinny Davis. Vinny Davis in his 2024 season batted a .268 average on 127 at-bats. Takes 2 called strikes to start off this at-bat. Pick-off attempt there from Wozniak. There's nothing to it. 0-2 here from Davis is swung out to right center. That's going to be down. And he's rounding first, heading over to second. Lapp is going to make his way home. And just like that, we have a tie ball game at 1 here in the first. The double from Vinny Davis brings home Nathan Lapp.
Number 22.
So facing an 0-2 count doesn't matter for Davis. And that'll bring on the third baseman, Evan Brown. Takes the first strike. In high school, he played at Cherokee High School alongside many other former ACBL and some even ECCBL players who I will mention to you after this. Bit of a pickle situation here for Davis, and he gets tagged by Spencer for the second out.
Number 35, right fielder, Brendan Petrick.
So 2 outs, runner on first here, Brandon Petrick, the right fielder, up at the plate. About halfway through the order here. This one swung on out to center field. Melberger is going to get under it, and he is going to snag down the third out to cap off the first inning here. Both teams on the board, but both teams still tied up after 1. And we'll be right back for the top of the second.
The DH, number 7, Patrick Munley.
So welcome back to the top of the second here. It's the 6th in the order for the Miners. Patrick Munley up at the plate. Just finished up his high school career. He'll be headed to Westchester University this upcoming fall. The first pitch gets away from Stevenson there. No one on base, though, so just going to count as a ball for him. So here's the 1-0 for Munley. Another one getting away from Stevenson. The umpire exchanging words with Stevenson. Telling Stevenson, don't do that, as if Stevenson is not aware that he's not supposed to be throwing at the batter. Another one gets away from Stevenson. That one a fastball. And Socorro is going to go up and talk to his pitcher. So Munley, the 18-year-old, with a 3-0 count. And he's going to take first. That'll bring up the 7th man.
First baseman, Devin Marker.
Devin Marker, another Wilkes University student. The first one's going to be called a strike. Marker saw decent improvement in his sophomore outing with Wilkes, a .230 average. 11 hits on 48 at-bats and 7 RBIs. The 1-1 pitch. It's going to turn into 2-1. Swing and a miss there. So Stevenson trying to bounce back from that first batter. This one swung on by Markert, and an error over there by Menino. And it's going to allow Munley to go all the way over to third. Menino just couldn't get a handle on it over at short. And just like that, there's runners on the corners for the Miners.
Number 5, second baseman, Casey O'Brien.
I was impressed that you knew when our first baseman dropped that ball that it was an error.
I mean, normally on a foul ball,
It's going to bring up the second baseman, Casey O'Brien, 8th in the order.
But I mean, people think, oh, if the batter.
Big swing on that first pitch. Swing and a miss for him. The 0-1 pitch here from Stevenson. Another one that's going to go around on O'Brien.
That's that trivia question. The batter, the 27 up, 27 down, it's not a perfect game.
Still 0 outs in this second inning. That one by O'Brien goes right over to Brown. Brown over to Lapp. And the double play was unable to be made. But Markert will be out at second for the first out of the inning.
Number 10, left fielder, Jeremy Cawley.
That pitch low and for a ball. O'Brien is going to steal second with no attempt to stop him from Socorro. Just a low ground ball over to Lapp, or to Menino rather, who's going to make the play at first.
Number 8.
So Munley still waiting patiently over there on third. Seen a couple balls in plays while he's been over there, but has not been able to make the go for home.
Yes, he did. How about that check swing by us that home plate and first base missed? I don't know if you remember it, but it was just like, oh my God.
And Tristan Stevenson really starting to pick it up after a tragic start to the inning. But a great bounce back for him.
Thought you were going to go lackluster.
Speaking of Gloucester, you know that what's his name from the Kings last year is now Gloucester American Legion member.
And that one is in there for strike three.
Gloucester Legion?
Well, the
Stevenson
Miners
escapes,
second.
only allowing one
There were no
run
hits,
in that inning.
and one left after 1.5. The Miners 2, the Kings.
So the
1.
Miners hold a one-run lead, 2-1. The Miners headed into the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Miles. Gloucester has 3 teams. Red.
We bring it back here in the bottom of the second. It's a ground ball hit by Prince right over to Mathis, who makes the play to first for the first out.
Number 2, left fielder Antonio Friedman.
Ball that ended up against the screen. 1 decade ago.
Wozniak just 15 pitches into his outing has looked stellar so far.
And he threw it over at me. And it rolled out, and I'm still not going to hit.
Brings up Antonio Friedman, who fouled that one off. And he'll take the second one for a called strike. Friedman so far this season got a 182 average with a 468 OPS. Just 11 at-bats, but only 2 hits in them. And a couple RBIs and 1 walk. That one is swung on, gonna be another foul ball off and to the left. In his senior year at Notre Dame High School, saw 62 at-bats and a 340 average with 12 RBIs. And that was a much increased workload from his junior year, where he only saw 8 at-bats in total for the Irish. Battle all the way back from 0-2. Now a full count here for him. That one is going to be low and to the right. And Friedman will take his base with an out on the board.
Number 31,
going to bring on the catcher, Joey Socorro. He's going to take that first one for a called strike 0-1. That one swung on over to the second baseman, O'Brien, who makes the play, and the double play is made to end off the second inning. Defense for the Miners has looked strong in this one as they still hold a 2-1 lead over the Kings heading into the third.
The Kings won.
And we'll welcome you back to Moody Park for the third inning of action between the Kings and the Miners. This third inning is brought to you by Wildflowers Inn Restaurant. Located right on the circle in Pennington, New Jersey. It's one of the best casual dining experiences offered in town. The Miners still holding steady with their 2-1 lead over the Kings. Nearing the halfway mark in this one. That one's going to be popped up by Mathis. That'll make it an 0-2 count. A swing and a miss there. Good start there for Tristan Stevenson. So one batter down. Luke Spencer, the third baseman, is back up at the plate. Spencer got a single in his last at-bat. Gets a single right here. So a good 2-2 start for him on the day.
Number 31, right fielder, Jack Millen.
Meanwhile, Jack Millen struck out in his last at-bat. He's going to start his count off with a 0-1. Jake Millen, rather.
I remember the time after the guys came and we had them over to the house and they were just glad to play baseball.
The soon-to-be senior at FAU swung on, lined right into the glove of Vinny Davis.
For the Miners in the third, no runs, one hit.
A great catch by him there.
After 2.5. 1.
And just like that, top of the third is done. Very solid outing from the Kings defense and Tristan Stevenson on the mound, something they really needed. In this one, going to bring on Miners defense, and the Kings will be up at the plate in the bottom of the third, down 2-1. Here in the bottom of the third inning, it was a quick 1-2 count on Noah Waldron, and he saw the third strike go right past him.
24.
So a nice start there for Brandon Wozniak.
Menino.
With at the top of the lineup. Back up here for the Kings, Marco Menino still searching for his first hit of the day or even his first base of the day. That one swung on right over to Jack Mathis. And Mathis makes the throw for the second out of the inning. A quick moving game so far.
Number 13, second baseman Nathan Lapp.
So 2 outs down, Nathan Lapp heads up to the plate for the Kings here. No runners on, he takes a 0-1 count. That one swung on out to right field. Looks like it's going to be a foul, and it will be. So an 0-2 count for him. And that one is in there. Quick inning from Wozniak.
For the Kings in the third, no runs, no hits.
9 pitches, 3 outs. And that is going to do it for the third inning. The Miners are holding steady with that 2-1 lead. And we'll see you right back here at Moody Park for the start of the fourth inning. J.P. Kuzik up at the plate. Tristan Stevenson. Little over 40 pitches so far through 3 innings. Both pitchers are having very solid games to start off this one. Don't think he fouled off to the left. For the Fairfield Jr. with his red Fairfield helmet on and the red elbow sleeve on his left arm. Another foul. This one going to go directly straight into the dirt, so an 0-2 count here for Kuzik. Was able to crack 300 on his average this year in his sophomore season. And right there, going to be just a little too out of the reach of Lapp, and is going to be a single for Kuzik, his first time getting on base this game. Excuse me. So facing an 0-2 count and able to get the job done. He's going to bring on Patrick Munley. Walked in his first outing. Starts with a 1-0 count, or an 0-1 count rather. Turns into a 1-1 after that wild pitch, which was going to advance Kuzik over to second base. And if you watched our previous broadcast of the Generals doubleheader, you would see that saw a whole lot more wild pitches in those games than we have so far here in this one. Like I said, both of these pitchers are having very, very nice games just about halfway through game 1 of this doubleheader. That one fouled just off the end of the bat of Munley, making this a 2-2 count. Game is still tight. Miners lead just 2-1 here in the top of the 4th. Another one looks like it got away from Stevenson there. Full count. Full count. Another one outside for Stevenson. Runners on first and second now. It's going to bring up Devin Markert.
Number 28, first baseman, Devin Markert. The first word from our coach.
Kings head coach will head on over to the mound to talk to Tristan Stevenson. Has had a solid day so far. He has just reached 51 pitches. So you wonder if he had a predetermined pitch count coming into this one, or if the way this inning is going, they're not really feeling. Nonetheless, he'll stay on the mound. See if he can start honing in these pitches and not let them get away from him so much. Bunt attempt by Markert is unsuccessful. It's going to be a foul ball. That one's going to be low. So 1-1 count here for the Wilkes University junior. And a swing and a miss there, so a 1-2 count for him. Two runners on, one in scoring position, no outs on the board here for the Miners. Swung on out to left field, and it's going to be another foul ball. That ball hit the driveway perfectly and is going to travel a decent distance down there. First baseman Markert. Another one. Going outside for Stevenson. Socorro consistently having to lunge over to his right to grab these. I was about to say Marker was nearly hit. Looked like he was hit by that pitch. So bases loaded after that hit by pitch from Tristan Stevenson. And that is going to do it for him. So 56 pitches from Stevenson. 14 in this inning. Couldn't get an out. Allowed 3 runners on the bases. And that just won't cut it for the Kings. Had a very solid 3 innings before this, but seems as though he lost control here in the 4th. So as a new pitcher gets ready to get things going here and try and get the Kings their first out of the inning, we'll take a short break and be right back. The Miners lead 2-1 with the bases loaded here in the top of the 4th. So we welcome you back here in the top of the 4th. Ryan Mullick takes the mound for the Kings. Has played in 1 game so far this season, had 3 innings pitched. Allowed just 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and he got the win in that one. And he starts things off with a strikeout. That was Casey O'Brien really reaching. Trying to get some contact on that pitch, couldn't find it. So a quick 3 pitches and 3 strikes there for Mullick's start. So bases are still loaded. Mullick was thrown into essentially the worst situation a relief pitcher can be thrown into. Bases loaded, no outs. Is doing well so far. 1 out with a 1-1 count here against Jeremy Cawley. Cawley came up unsuccessful in his last at-bat. Faces a 1-2 count after that foul ball comes back towards us at the fence. Crawley just finished up his freshman year at Bloomsburg. With the Huskies, he played in 28 games, saw 60 at-bats, had a .267 average with his 16 hits, and just 4 RBIs for him. That one is going to be popped over to the third baseman. That's Brown, making the fielder's choice,
Number 8,
getting out
center
Kuzik.
fielder, Evan
So
Melberg.
still no runners home, 2 outs, and the bases are still loaded. Now the top of the order up, Evan Melberger also came up unsuccessful in his first at-bat of this one. He's going to start things off with a 1-1 count. So like I said before, Ryan Mullick has been doing incredible, especially given the situation he was thrown into. Now he's got a 1-2 count. That one gets away from him a little bit. And will that be the third out? It will be. Ryan Mullick, after the throw from Socorro. Stevenson allowed, bases loaded with no outs. Mullick walked right up to the mound. Went 1, 2, 3, 10 pitches, 3 outs, no runs allowed. And just like that, the Miners still hold just a 1-run lead heading into the bottom of the fourth. What a performance there by the Kings defense, especially Ryan Mullick on the mound. And we'll be right back for the Kings coming up to the plate to see if they can keep that momentum going, this time with the bat in their hands. So after an incredible performance right there by the Kings, defensively that is, they are up at the plate. Third in the order here, Vinny Davis, starting off with a 2-0 count. Brandon Wozniak, just 35 pitches in here in the bottom of the fourth. So we had a great pitching battle between Wozniak and Stevenson. Stevenson started to get off the rails just a little bit. He was taken out. They threw in Mullick, and we are right back to another great pitching battle here between the Miners and the Kings. 3-2 count. Wozniak able to battle back just a little bit from starting off 2-0. And that one is in there. Vinny Davis strikes out.
Number 22, third baseman, Evan Brown.
The pitches have been special today in this one. It's not changing so far in this at-bat. Evan Brown, swing and a miss there. That won't be low. It's going to be a 1-1 count here for Brown. Still looking for his first hit of the day. So the 2-2 for 22. That one swung on over to the third baseman. Couldn't get a grip on it. That was Spencer. It had some speed under it. And it will not be tallied as an error. There was a lot of speed on that one. Spencer definitely could have made the play. But it's going to be decided that it's not one that he absolutely should have made or should have expected to be made. So it'll be tallied as a single there for Evan Brown. That one swung on by Brandon Petrick. He's going to round Brown over to third, and a wild throw. Nearly goes into the dugout. So now runners on the corner. Petrick stayed over at first. Brown rounded second, went all the way to third, and was nearly able to go home. But it was a great play by Spencer to get the ball in his grip before anything crazy happened. The Kings are getting a lot of contact here. Brandon Prince, sixth in the order, starts off with a foul ball. Make that a 1-1. Kings trail by 1. Number 1 is up at the plate with a 1-1 count and 1 out on the board. Runners on the corners. Both of these squads sit with a 2-2 record. Looking to get above 500 with this first game. Full count here for Prince, looking for his first hit of the day. That one is in there. Wozniak with the breaking ball. Catches Prince looking, and that is the second out.
Number 2, left fielder, Antonio Friedman.
So from number 1, right over to number 2, Friedman. Still has Petrick on first and Brown on third. And seemingly the same pitch. Same pitch that just struck out Prince is the first one that Friedman sees. 0-1 pitch. Catches him swinging. 0-2. And the Kings just did a fantastic job on defense stopping a bases loaded situation with just 0 outs. As Petrick is going to steal second with no throw attempt from Kuzik. But the Kings defensively just had an incredible top of the fourth, and could be the same story for the Miners here in the bottom. Maybe not as potent as what the Kings were able to do, but still have an opportunity to leave a runner on third stranded. And they will. Brandon Wozniak is having himself a day here in this one.
For the Kings in the fourth, no runs.
What looked like an inning where the Kings would continue their momentum from the top of the fourth.
2 left after 4. The Miners 2, the Kings 1.
It's cut short by Brandon Wozniak's stellar pitching halfway through this one. Through 4, the Miners lead 2-1 heading into the top of the 5th. Stay with us right here at Moody Park. So welcome you back here to the 5th inning. It's a good one that we got here in Moody Park. The Miners lead 2-1. Melberger swings that one over to Lapp, and Lapp is unable to make the play. That is going to be an error on him over at second base. That was a gimme ground ball for me. He just couldn't get control
Number 6,
behind it.
shortstop, Jack.
So Melberger takes first on an error. Pickoff attempt by Mullick is going to be unsuccessful. Had just 10 pitches when he came in for relief. Like I said, and I promise this will be the last time I say it, but I'm still just amazed by it. It was a bases loaded, no out situation. Mullick in 10 pitches got out of there without letting up a single run on the board. That pitch is going to be high, and the attempt to steal from Melberger is going to be successful, as the Coro's throw was just a bit too high for Lapp to be able to get the tag off. It's now a 2-0 count here. Second in the order is Jack Mathis. He is 0 for 2 on the day, still looking to get his first hit. That one swung on over to Brown. Brown makes the throw all the way to first, and it's a solid one. First out of the inning there. Melberger still waiting patiently on second.
Number 21, third baseman, Luke Spencer.
Over on Luke Spencer, who has singled in both of his plate appearances. He's looking to bring home Melberger here. A very solid breaking ball there from Mullick. 0-2 count here for Spencer. It's the same count he saw last time when he hit that single. But will it be the same result? That one's going to be low. Got away from Mullick there. So Melberger will advance to third on the wild pitch. Nothing too crazy, nothing too serious to worry about from Mullick. Just a little too low, hit the dirt before Socorro could get his glove on it. And just like that, the 0-2 turns into a 2-2. That one swung on. And a great decision there from Brown. Staring down Melberger, making sure he's not going, and then he makes the easy play to get Spencer out over there on first, and just like that, there's 2 outs. Melberger still waiting on third to try and increase the lead. That'll bring on the right fielder, Jake Millen. Unlike Luke Spencer, is looking for his first hit of the day. He's going to start things off with a 1-1 count here. Millen, the 6'2" senior over at FAU. Went to high school at North Pocono. He's staring at a 3-1 count here from Mullick. That one's outside. Mullick's going to walk his first batter of the day. So runners on the corner for J.P. Kuzik, who is 1 for 2.
Catcher,
in this one.
Kuzik.
One of 3 players on this minors team who is a member of the Fairfield baseball team. Kuzik heading into his junior year with the Stags. Good amount of break on that pitch there from Mullock, but not enough. So a 1-1 count. That one swung on by Kuzik, and it pops right up from Brown's glove. And it brings a runner home. Melberger comes home. Millen advances to second. And Kuzik is on first.
Number 7, the DH, Patrick Munley.
That wasn't an error, correct? Or it was?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, it jumped on him, but he was right at him. Mike might disagree. That's what I think.
It will be called an error
It's a hard error.
on the third baseman, Eric Brown. It was a hard hit ball, but it was a ball that went straight to him. So now Patrick Munley. Munley, who was walked twice by Stevenson. Is looking at a 1-2 count here. He's going to keep it going with that foul. So Mullock threw 10 pitches in the 4th inning. He's got 24 so far in this one with a run let up. That one got away from Mullock there, so a 2-2 count now. Runners on first and second. Just one more out needed to end off the top of the 5th. And also one more strike needed, and he gets it right there. Called strike for the strikeout.
No hits. There were 2 errors and 2 left.
And Ryan Mullock allows a run on an error, of course, but still the Miners increase their lead to 2. And the Kings are up to try and score their first run since the 1st inning. Stick around to see if they can get it done. We'll be right back. So the 8th man in the order, the catcher, Joey Socorro, coming up to try and get things going here for the Kings. They are down 2. Big swing and a miss there to start it off, though. Socorro is 0 for 1 in a walk here so far in this one. Swung on over to the third baseman, Spencer, who will make the throw over to first. It's a quick first out there for the Miners.
Number 14, center fielder, Noah Waldron.
That'll bring on the bottom of the order. Also a man with an 0-1 with a walk. Stat line here in this game, Noah Waldron, the center fielder. That one swung on. Waldron is going to get his first hit of the day. A nice little fly ball out to right field.
Number 24.
So he was facing an 0-2 count, but he gets the hit. So a runner on with 1 out as we are back at the top of the order here for South Jersey. Marco Menino, a man who is 0-2 on the day. Lets the first pitch go by for a 1-0. Menino is in his 2nd season with the Kings, but of course his first season with the ECCBL. Last year in the ACCBL with the Kings. Played in 24 games, saw 70 at-bats with an even 25 hits and an even 25 runs in those at-bats for a very, very solid 357 average and a 902 OPS. Menino is looking to get right back to that sort of stat line this season with the Kings. He's facing a 2-2 count here. He's got Waldron on first, 1 out on the board. Wozniak is well over 60 pitches here in this one. That one's low. There goes Waldron. And he will be caught out. What a throw over by Kuzik. And O'Brien is easily able to make the tag on Waldron, who was at least a second or two away from the base. Just a great defensive play there. And just like that, we have an end to the 5th inning. A ground ball over to Mathis, who makes the play over to Marquardt.
For the Kings in the 5th, no runs, 1 hit.
And the Kings are still searching for their first run since the 1st inning.
The Kings won.
The Miners lead 3-1 at the end of 5. 2 more innings left to go in this one, in regular play at least, that is. And we'll be right back here from Moody Park.
Devin Marker.
Devin Markert up at the plate, 0 for 1 with a walk so far in this one. And he's going to eat one straight to the stomach. And it looks like it knocked the wind out of Sikoro as well. So a bit of a painful pitch there to start off
Number 5.
the 6th inning.
Casey O'Brien.
So Mullock now about 36 pitches in. That bunt attempt is going to be fouled back towards us by Casey O'Brien. O'Brien is 0 for 2 on the day, looking for his first hit. Meanwhile, Mullock is trying to ensure that his team has to score the least amount of runs possible to tie this one back up. Kings have not yet enjoyed a lead in this game. And it's only been tied for an inning and a half.
Number 10, left fielder Jeremy Cawley.
It's going to be another hit by pitch there on
Number
Jeremy
8,
Cawley.
Center fielder Evan Melberger.
It's now 1 out. The Miners with runners on first and second. Melberger top of the order, but searching for his first hit of the game. 0 for 2 so far on the day. The lefty takes the first one inside and for strike 1. Now it's going to be fouled off. Seems to be a big target over there on the bleachers off to the left side here at Moody Park. Just a few people sitting in them, but they have had to be very vigilant so far in this game. That one's going to be grounded. Might get past the shortstop. It was a good play by Menino. He was able to get it. Could not make the play over to get Mullock out at first,
Jack Mathis.
but he was able to scare Markert enough so that he could make the run home. But now bases loaded with 1 out. Mullock has seen this situation before. We know how he handled it. Can he do it again? A wild pitch that goes behind Jack Mathis on that one. Mathis is 0 for 3 on the day. One count for him with 1 out, bases loaded. Miners lead by 2 here in the top of the 6th. And that one is fouled off. 1-2 count. Kings are desperately looking to get out of this. And that is going to be called a foul ball. Would have been a killer if it had gone through. Just narrowly made its way past the white line over at third base. So the 1-2 count remains. And it was a matter of inches between Mathis still being up at the plate and the Miners possibly enjoying a big lead, and he's going to get his there. The hit he feel like he deserved 1 pitch before that, he will enjoy one pitch after.
Number 21, third baseman.
Mathis gets his ground ball down the left line. An RBI single to make it a 4-1 lead for the Miners. It's going to bring up Luke Spencer, who has enjoyed a very, very good day at the plate. Had 2 singles to start off. And got out in his last at-bat. It's a strikeout for him. And he's going to start things off here with a strike and a ball. Two-two count there for Spencer. Is going to be a strikeout for him.
Number 31, right fielder, Jake Millen.
It's now Jake Millen, who has a walk, but no hits on the day so far. That pitch almost getting away from Mullick. Nice catch by Socorro behind the plate for a 1-0 start there. Mullick now over 50 pitches, nearing 20 in this inning. And that foul ball is going to make it an even 1-1. Another fastball getting away from Mullick. It seems as though a pitching change could be coming up for South Jersey very soon in this one. They're just going to have to see if Mullick is going to be able to get out of this inning in the first place. 2-2 count with a couple of outs on the board. That one popped up very, very high. The second baseman Lapp is under it, and he makes the grab for the third out of the inning, but not before the Miners are able to get a run in.
For the Miners in the sixth, 1 run, 2 hits. There are no errors and 3 left after 5 1/2. The Miners 4, the Kings 1.
The Miners get a run home to extend their lead by 3. And the Kings have 6 more outs to make up 3 runs here in the last 2 innings. Stay right here to see if they could do it.
Nathan Lapp.
It is a pitching change here for the Miners. Wozniak takes a step out. He allowed 4 hits and 1 run during his 5 innings. Nate Dudek takes the mound here for Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Heading into his junior year with Fairleigh Dickinson. Had just 2 appearances and only 1.2 innings pitched. Allowed 2 hits and 3 earned runs in that 1 2/3 inning. Start things off here with a 1-2 count against Nathan Lapp. Lapp with 2 walks on the day, 0 for 1. That one going to be a pop fly and foul ball. That one swung on over to Spencer. Can he make the throw over to first in time at least? He cannot. It was a good effort from Spencer over there on third. But Lapp was quick enough to get himself his first hit on the day.
Number 30, first baseman Vinny Davis.
That'll bring on Vinny Davis, who is 1 for 2 with a walk here in this one. First pitch is high, and the Kings dugout is loving this Vinny Davis at bat. They are very vocal with him out there on the plate. The 1-0 is swung on. The 1-0 is swung on and fouled. And coming off a UCL tear, Vinny Davis was the MAAC first team all-rookie team. He was ranked as the 3rd best third baseman in the state of New Jersey for the class of 2023 by Perfect Game. Davis is currently in the transfer portal and also dabbles in a little bit of pitching as well. Is known to throw at least 90 miles per hour. And he faces a 2-2 count here. And he'll keep that one off and increasing that pitch count for Dudek. So Davis, wearing no gloves, gonna head over, spray down the grip of his bat a little bit before this next swing. Nice breaking ball, but just contact made by Davis right out to the center fielder, Melberger, who was able to make an easy catch. Lapp will make his way back to first base. And the first out is on the board here in the bottom of the 6th for the Miners. Or for the Kings, I really should say.
Number 22, third baseman Evan Brown.
That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Evan Brown, who is 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. Nice fastball on the outside bottom corner. A 1 pitch for Brown. It's going to be a ball. Lapp is going to make his way to second. It was an athletic play made by Conan Bryan. I should say Casey O'Brien. Thinking of the former late-night talk show host with that last name and that first initial. But it was an athletic play by Casey O'Brien. Caught the ball and tried to make the tag between his two legs. Wasn't able to do it. 2-1 count here with a runner on second now for Brown. That one swung on and will be fouled off. So the 2-2 here for 22. Kings have had a well-fought game so far, but it's not showing on the scoreboard. And they're going to try and do that here in the bottom of the sixth. Or at least try to get themselves close in hopes for a seventh inning push. Full count swung on and right into the glove of Markert. And just like that, 2 outs are on the board. Lapp is on second.
Number 35, right fielder Brandon Petrick.
So another man who is 1-2 on the day with a walk. Brandon Petrick, the right fielder. And that ball is overthrown. Dudek tried to pick off Lapp, threw it over O'Brien's glove, or Mathis's glove, I should say. But Lapp was not able to get off the ground in time to make a play over to third. So Pedrick still waiting on his first pitch. Here it is. Pedrick tries to make the most of it, but it's a good play made by O'Brien. Casey O'Brien sprinting over and snagging that line drive right out of the air for the third out of the inning, and the Kings only have 3 more left. They currently trail by 3. The Miners are going to try and increase that lead here in the top of the 7th. Stay tuned. It's a pitching change here for the Kings. Mullick is taking out after 3 innings of play and 58 pitches thrown. He allowed just 2 hits, but also 2 earned runs. Andrew Shank, this is his first appearance on the mound for the Kings. He does have 6 at-bats on the year, in which he's batted a 167 average, but a 708 OPS, thanks to his 1 hit being a double. He's facing off against J.P. Kuzik here. Starts Kuzik with a 2-0 count. Kuzik is going to line this one over to Waldron out in center field, who makes the catch for out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. And the Kings can absolutely not afford any runs given up here, especially with the way that the Miners have been pitching so far in this one. There's the first strike there for Shank. It went around, but was also in the dirt. Munley has 2 walks in the day, still searching for his first hit. Munley, one of the younger players on this Scranton Wilkes-Barre team, will start his freshman year at Westchester University this fall. He turns a 3-1 count into a 4-1 and will take first base with an out.
Number 28.
Bringing on Devin Markert, a man with the same stat line, 2 walks, but 0 for 1, no hits. Markert's first pitch is going to be outside and in the dirt. So if this game does turn out to be a Miners victory, as that one's fouled off, the Kings still have a chance to keep themselves at an even 500, as we have another game lined up right after this. About a half hour after the final out is called here at Moody Park for Game 1 of this doubleheader. Both teams stand at 2-2. That one low, but still making contact, is Markert for a foul ball. The nice breeze here in Ewing, New Jersey. That one swung on, is going to get over Marco Menino's head, and will be the first hit on the day for Devin Markert. The line drive was about half a foot over Menino's glove. Real close over there at short, but not close enough. Men on first and second here for O'Brien. Casey O'Brien still looking to make a contribution. Up at the plate, 0 for 3. No walks, no hits for him so far in this one. He faces a 1-1 count. So number 5, Andrew Shank up on the mound. Number 5, Casey O'Brien at the plate. That one will also be swung on. Casey O'Brien is not having the day he was hoping for coming into this one. 0 for 4 for the second out here in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up the bottom of the order. Jeremy Cawley also searching for his first hit, but he does have a walk. Okay, he's got Markert on first, Munley on second. He's going to start things off with a 1-0. Cawley had a very solid freshman campaign over at Bloomsburg. About a 267 with 16 hits and just 4 RBIs, but also 9 walks and 9 hit by pitches, with 13 strikeouts as well to show for it. This one is going to be popped up over to center field. Waldron will run over to make the catch in left center field. And that will do it. The Kings don't allow any runs in the 7th, leave a couple of runners stranded. And they will come back on to try and score 3 runs or more to tie this one up or win it in the bottom of the 7th. Stay tuned to see if they can. We'll be right back. So the man looking to start things off for what they hope to be is a very fruitful inning is going to be Brandon Prince, the designated hitter. 6th in the order, still looking for his first hit on the day. Does have a walk. He's going to start things off here 1-0. Make that 2. It has been a gorgeous day so far through all 3 games that we've been able to witness here at Moody Park. Clouds covering the sun every now and then. But other than that, can't ask for much better baseball weather. The 3-1 count is swung on. Make that a full count. That could be a big momentum swing here for the Kings. Full count pitch is swung on and missed by Prince. That's 1 down and 2 to go here in this one.
Number 2, left fielder, Antonio Friedman.
That one looked to be very inside. But Prince was pulling the trigger almost no matter what. A lot of motion on that ball, but not quite enough. 1-0 count here for Antonio Friedman, who has walked twice so far today, but still with no hits. His 2-0 turns into a 2-1 after he Lets that strike go straight through. Joey Socorro is on deck. That fastball is in there. 4-2. 2-2 count here for number 2. Antonio Friedman. Looking for a last-ditch effort here in this one. Swung on, popped up. Markert is not able to get under it. Didn't have enough height on it to make the play and get the out. That foul ball makes it a 2-2. That one's not going to be in there. To the Miners' dugout displeasure. So make it a full count here. Big pitch, full count, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Nate Dudek is handling business out on the mound there for Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners.
Number 31, the catcher, Joey Socorro.
And here is the final effort. Joey Socorro, 8th man up in the order. Nearly went around, but they're not going to say he did, so a 1-0 count for him. Also a man looking for his first hit on the day. It's 0 for 2. Big swing for that foul ball, 1-1. And what was a pitching battle early on, slowly but surely got out of hand here for the Kings and has put them in a situation where we are right now where a comeback seems nearly impossible. But Joey Socorro is going to make the most of this at-bat. 3 straight foul balls for him. The 1-2 count. Dudek looking for the final out to get the win in this one. There it is. 3 swings and misses for 3 strikeouts. Nate Dudek. What an exclamation point on this game for the Miners. Now a reminder, this is game number 1. But it is a big one there for Scranton Wilkes-Barre. We will be right back. Not in 30 minutes. We'll be back even sooner than that. How does 6:45 sound for game number 2? It was a close one for a while here in this one. We could be in store for a very similar one in just 20 minutes. So thank you for watching game 1, and we'll see you for game 2 in just 20 minutes.
And I understand we're going to be shooting for a 6:45 start for game number